Hey guys, it's your boy Fred here again with Lightspeed Construction. I am inspecting a roof out here in South Asheville area, sort of. So I came up here for a roof leak. Um, the homeowners had recently had some chimney work done. The people that did the chimney said there was some buckling shingles or something like that. First thing I noticed when I came up on the roof, which I'll show you on the other side, is big gaps between the shingles, so they didn't butt the unions up like they should have, and it was obvious. So I went ahead and kind of picked one up and realized immediately that all three layers picked up with each other. So I split them apart, looked for high nailing, and that's exactly what it was. This roof is high nailed, probably 60% of it's high nailed or more. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you the rundown of what I found so far. We're going to walk to the far end of the roof and then work our back. We're on the back side of the roof right now. We're going to work our way all the way down to the other side, from basically least worst to worst. So as you can see right here, these shingles are beginning to fall down the roof. See how this is much lower than this one? And same here. You got same here, same right there, same right there, same right there, here, there, and it just continues. I mean, it's like that. And then you go up here, it's the same thing. I mean, it's all over the place where they're starting to slide down right there, right there. And since they're high nailed, you know, a little wind gets underneath them and just completely separates them from the roof. I mean, let's see here. See that? I mean, wish I got a wide view on this. So when I lift this up, you see how all these lift up as well? And this lifts up really high. I mean, like, these all shouldn't be lifting up like this. See that? That means like this isn't nailed, that's not nailed. The one above it's probably barely holding in. I do kind of push on these to make sure there's no cracks in them, and there is a small crack. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. It's kind of become separated right there. That pipe boot, it should be sticking out of the shingle right there, not underneath of it. That's another big no-no. You know, it's like this all over. I mean, like, see how they're beginning to, these are beginning to slide down the roof. Same thing here. I mean, look, gosh, look at that. You see all these, they should not do that. They shouldn't come apart like this. There's another one here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pointing to a big gap right there. Another gap between that shingle. So you can see these are all starting to slide down right here and here. I'm sorry, I'm sniffly. It's really cold out and windy. Another one here. You can see this is not sticking out the bottom of the shingle. I put an arrow on this one because when I felt it when I stepped on it, man. So I'm going to caulk this before I leave. But I stepped, I believe, like right here. And I felt something pop. And of course, there was a nail sticking up underneath of it. So the nail went through this little, come on now. The nail went through this hole right there. Come on now. So you can see down, yep, there you go. It's a little bit better. So there's a nail right, there it is right there. So a nail kind of punched through the shingle. And I've noticed about 5 or 6 of these. These are not roofing nails. These are actual nails that hold the roof decking down, the wood. You know, so they're like 10s or 16s or whatever. You know, big long nails that, you know, nail the wood down to the rafters. You know, you can see big gaps between these shingles. Work our way over here. So you can see, same thing, man. I mean, like, that's an inch plus below that other shingle. And it's like this all the way up this stagger because they're beginning to slide down. I mean, you know, let's see here. Yeah, it's not, yeah, look, that should not separate like this at all. I mean, that's not good. So big old gap between the shingles, another gap here. Oh, see, look at this one. I didn't step on, but I did spot. There's a nail poking up, and that's a big nail. It's not a roofing nail. Big gap there. Like I said, these are all beginning to stagger or fall down. So, you know, and it's gravity is what does it. I mean, you know, once the nails aren't being held on that well, you know, gravity will begin to pull those shingles down the roof. If they're not nailed correctly, and that's exactly what's happening up here. So you can see right there, right there, right there. I kept stop marking, but you know, same thing there. And it's like this all over this roof. Oh my gosh, I'm so stuffy. Okay, so now as you can see right here, this whole section has began to slide down the roof. Kind of zoom in right there, not zoom in, but make it a little lighter. There we go. So you can see how those shingles are all just sliding down the roof, way down. Now I'm going to show you what this is about. See these nails? You can see the holes where they nailed these where they put the nails at. That nail should be right behind this line, right here. They should be right there. Pop, pop, pop. But instead of being here, they're way up here, where the shingle is much thinner, and it's much more likely that you're going to blow the nail right through the shingle because it's so much thinner up there. That's why it's called a nail line. As you can see going up the roof, I mean the same thing. Look at this. I mean that's huge. I mean that's over 1.25 inches right there. That one's come down. Same here, same there, same there. You come up here, these are beginning to slide down. There, 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 there. Good Lord, it's like the same thing here. This whole back roof is going to eventually slide off. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. And I mean, you can see the gaps. You should not have a gap at all between these shingles. Let me see if I can pop that up. Well, come on now. Yeah. See, you shouldn't be able to see my finger between that gap at all. Those should butt right together. So as you can see, it's a bad thing, man. High nailing is one of the worst things you could do to a roof because the shingles will blow off, they will slide off, and your roof will, I mean, you won't even get half the life out of your roof. So that's basically this side of the roof. I'm gonna hop over to the other side. Like I said, I know it's the same over there. I'm not gonna spend as much time as I did on this back side, but we'll go over there and take a gander too. Okay, so I'm on the front side of the house now. I'm not gonna mark anything up because it is the front side is more visible. But as you can see, big gaps in shingles. Not much, but they're beginning to slide down. And you can tell because it's the staggered, they're all sliding down. So, not as bad as the back. And I will notice one thing, all the wind comes from the backyard. Well, this direction anyways, blowing this way. So that's not going to help the back of the roof either. As you can see, this one's staggered down. Yeah, see, they shouldn't do that. That shouldn't happen when you pull up a shingle like that. It shouldn't lift up like this. Oh, this pipe boot's in bad shape. As you can see, I kind of marked it. It's dry rotted. I'm surprised there's not water pouring in right there. This is all dry rotted and cracked apart. Any water can go right down inside there and then right down into the house. Oh, let's hop up onto this roof. Okay, so you can kind of see I marked. Come on now, focus. I marked going up that area right there because this is the section I did get on the very first part. So yeah, I mean, look at the gap. It's almost as wide as my finger right there. I mean, it almost as wide as pinky sideways. So I mean, that's a big gap, man. Yeah, so another gap, another gap, another gap. Here's where they start to fall. See, they're starting to come down. It's staggered this way. There's another one. Is there any way I can fix the lighting on that? No, I guess not. There's another one. I mean, the gaps are huge, and they're beginning to slide down the roof. I mean, the higher you get, the further they go. I mean, look at this one is about 3/4, almost an inch actually. That one's almost an inch. Same here. Oh, this one's about an inch as well. It's the same going up this way. When I came, like I said, here's my ladder. As soon as I came up the roof, that's the first thing I noticed was these huge gaps in these shingles. And see, they shouldn't all pick up like this. Where's that? Yeah, hold on. I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but you shouldn't have all of these shingles pick up when you, I mean, look. You shouldn't have them pick up like that. Wind gets underneath that, they're gone. Didn't see much on this side, except for, you know, the same as everywhere else. I did see a pretty good sized nail pop. I didn't cause this one. It was just sticking through, obviously, for everyone to see. And like I said, not a roofing nail. It's an actual framing nail. Another thing I noticed right down through here, I kind of marked it yellow. There's absolutely no step flashing underneath this. I don't even have to move a shingle to tell. You can tell these shingles are budded. They're budded right into the wood right here. So any water that has happened to get right here, which is going to be hard, but any blowing rain, you know, windy, water will get down into this crack and it will go into the house. All through here. All they did, as you can see, is add some caulk to this and praying that it doesn't leak. And it probably has done well so far, and if they didn't have an overhang here, it would be leaking for sure. So I guess that's about it for now. I will do a follow-up video, hopefully when we begin to repair or replace this roof. And yeah, I'll see you again then. Thanks for watching, guys.